Hello, everybody. We have got a semi-short farming guide for the Adamantoise. Here, I just want to show you. I'm just hitting, almost hitting rank 5 of Saboteur. Missed it by that much. I actually went for roles in the Saboteur as these three characters first. I really didn't plan on using Saz and Fang for much else for the time being. So I was just trying to get to role level 5 for everybody. And I just wanted to show you guys exactly my my equipment setup here. Some of the stuff I would have actually liked to have changed up, but we are. Oh, okay, so I do have Chrysarium Stage 10 actually right now. So technically this is post-game. So, my bad, but I think a lot of this will still apply. Other than, you just won't be able to get to the role levels that I have. If you're trying to do this, on your first visit to Eden, that is. Now, if you're back here and you're post-game as well, a little different story. As well as, like I said, it'd be a little different... equipment setup as well. See, now obviously I've only got my 3 accessory slots for these 3 characters, and I actually have to go fight some enemies to get some TP back. So some things I would recommend is Fang's weapon that does the stagger TP charge. I forget I think it's maybe the Punisher. Don't quote me on that, but I thought it was Punisher. Anyways, get that weapon, upgrade it if you can as well. You really want to get that to stagger TP charge 2. That'll really help you out. And then as well as, you're going to want to have your connoisseur catalog, and then actually the collector's catalog as well. And then actually what I like to do is kind of an interesting setup with Saz and Fang. Vanille, I actually just usually equip items that are going to give her that ATB rate charge. So things like, I guess technically sprint shoes, although I don't like to put those on her. I guess so. It would be items out of the boost category. So let me just check here. Whistlewind Scarf, Aurora Scarf. Those are both really good. I don't like the Nimble Toe boots just because they're not really going to do anything for her. But, Aurora Scarf for sure. And then, I don't know, Hermes sandals are actually okay because they give her the critical haste. I don't like to have her start out with haste. And the reason for that is if you start out with the sprint shoes equipped, she'll have haste on automatically. And unfortunately, when you summon Hecaton, when you're actually trying to take down the Adamantoise, during that time, at some point, the haste will run out, and I don't like doing that. So I actually, try to stay away from those. And so then what I actually do is I put sprint shoes on Fang and Saz, and then start out in a buffing paradigm. So one that will, where Saz will actually put haste on Vanille. And then I actually like to have a Tetratic Tiara equipped on Saz as well, so that he'll buff Vigilance on Vanille as soon as possible. The reason for that is because I've read, and I can't back this up because I don't have enough data on it, but I've read that Vigilance helps her land death. Now, again, I can't back that up. Don't quote me on that. That's just what I've read. So, I guess keep that in mind. The only thing that I could concretely say was when I read what does Vigilance? All right, I should actually look and just see what that says for sure. But anyways, you saw there I had to restart that last battle. I think Saz got stomped out right away, and I didn't actually want that. So unfortunately here I don't have the setup that I want because basically since my stats are so low, I can't really get off very many buffs before I have to summon. So I guess just keep in mind that this process gets more efficient the better your stats are, you know, and as you get, you know, another accessory slot. So keep that in mind. Now, I like the ATB charge rate on Vanille with those boost items, because obviously that's going to increase the rate at which her ATB charges, so that means more casts of death. So, you know, again, I kind of like this setup. You know, and like I said, once you get that last accessory spot, it gets even better. I mean, you can get up to ATB rate of plus 20%. And then, you know, I guess technically if I was able to get a weapon for her or upgrade to the 3rd tier, that would help as well. I don't have that. I only have the Marlboro one. So anyways, here what I do then is actually I swap as I summon Hecaton. I swap into the infiltration. I think this is no, yeah, it's infiltration. Sorry, where everybody is a saboteur, and then I have you know, obviously Saz and Fang putting debuffs on the target as well. There was one more thing that I wanted to point out, and now I don't remember what it was. Oh, okay, well, hopefully I'll think of it. There you go. So there's a kill. We'll see if we get any goodies here after this fight. Nope, nothing this time. So you'll either get a platinum ingot or trapezohedron. And obviously the trapezohedron is to upgrade tier 2 weapons into tier 3s. So obviously very, very useful items. If you ever want to buy them from the store, they cost 2 million gil. So farming for money is not that great of a way to get them. So I guess just keep that in mind. Now, so here what I do, you know, being that I don't really want to run around a bunch and, you know, to respawn enemies, I usually just save here and then reload the game. And that'll make the Adamantoise respawn right away. Now, I don't think I'm going to have enough TP to jump right back into battle, but, you know, we'll have to go kill off some weak enemies to get that TP back. But there we go. The load time is not too bad. So, all right, let's go get some TP. Yeah, I'm at about 2 TP or so. And then I'm just gonna swap to Relentless Assault now. There's you know, like I said earlier, as your stats get a little bit better, this process gets much more efficient. And by that I mean, like, for one thing, the paradigm you can start out with is actually the one where Vanille is a medic, Fang is a medic, and Saz is synergist. And actually, so what you can do with that then is Saz can buff more while the two lovely ladies are healing. So you know, it kind of makes it, or at least that way you can land, or Saz will then finally cast Vigilance on Vanille. And like I said, that supposedly increases debuff, or increases the chances that death will hit. But again, I'm not 100% sure on that. I guess I kind of just went with it. Let's see here. Let's see though what Vigilance, or how this reads. Vigilance boosts a target's odds of interrupting enemy actions and reduces the probability that they will recoil when attacked. As a counter to Curse, increases the success rates for many abilities. Can be especially effective if bestowed on a saboteur. So, I mean, that sounds, it sounds like it increases the success rate for many abilities. Now, I don't know if by that they mean increases the chances of landing debuffs, because again, I don't believe death actually falls under that category of debuff. But, you know, maybe it does. Maybe it actually does help with death itself. Again, not 100% sure though, so I can't tell you. But anyways, I'm not sure if the Champion's Badge really helps us to get more TP. I don't know. I actually wanted to equip something else though to actually increase that ATB rate up to 15%, I think. So we'll see if that's what I end up going with. I'm nowhere near the right spot though, so there's one. Sprint shoes. Oh, yeah, but I don't want to equip sprint shoes. Again, I don't want her to have haste right away at the start of battle. I want Saz to actually cast that on her. So she might not she might not be able to get that 15% for the time being. I just don't have the items right now. Now, that being said, though, the Tetratic Tiara wouldn't be so bad. I guess I'm going with the crown. I don't think that's a good choice, but so kill TP charge, okay. Anyways, I like kill TP charge. I'm not really sure why I would even consider swapping that out. What am I even doing here? This is... Oh, there we go. Okay. Victor. Okay, so yeah, I went full on TP charge for Fang there. And at the price of what, sprint shoes? That's probably I don't know. To be honest, I don't really like that move actually, because then when Saz is buffing at the start of battle, he'll have to buff Fang with haste. So actually, I really don't like that. And again, the problem with that though is just because I only have 3 accessory slots. So you know, I'm trying to get I want everything and I just can't have it. So unfortunately, like I said, I don't think that that ends up being a very good combo. But anyways, so we're actually technically at 3 TP here, so we should be able to head back and go take on the Adamantoise. Now, the other good thing about this spot that I really like, and I've mentioned it a couple of times in the actual walkthrough, is that I like anytime you're fighting human enemies, you know, you get the chances for incentive chips and credit chips as well. So, you know, and then you can just sell those for straight cash. So I really like this spot specifically. You know, it feels like a really good time in the game to try to get, you know, either trapezohedrons if you want, or you know, I mean, even if you don't get the trapezohedron yet, at least you can. There's a chance at getting the platinum ingot, and those obviously sell for quite a bit of cash. I think it's like 100,000. So you know, I don't know. My opinion, I really like this spot, and this will be the final time, I guess, that I try to take one of these guys down for this video. But I think I generally went over all the things that I wanted to talk about. Like I said, though, this whole process gets more efficient. You know, the more or the better your stats are, and you know, as you progress farther on and get more accessory slots as well. So, you know, I guess just keep that in mind. There you saw. So he stomped and Vanille automatically got put into the critical condition, which made the Tetratic crown trigger. So now she's got the 4 buffs, you know, and Vigilance is among those buffs. Now, the only thing with that is I feel like it doesn't, and you'll see here, I think it wears off fairly quickly. So, I mean, to be honest, I just really don't like, that, the Tetratic crown or tiara. It really feels like it's built for, or both of those items are really great for extremely short battles. You know, where, you know, like a farming type of battle where, you know, if you'd be fighting humanoid enemies or something like that. But but yeah, here you go. It's already wearing off. I mean, so the good thing is I did get a couple of casts, you know, of death while that was active. So, you know, I guess for this purpose, it may not be the worst thing ever. Again, though, there's some ways to actually make this just a little bit better, but it's going to take a little bit more stats, you know, to really get there. But anyways, this is going to actually. So yeah, one last thing here. Now, once Hecaton leaves, if you've got at the very least Fang casting more debuffs. You'll obviously with more debuffs that increases the chances that death will land. So, you know, I guess just keep that in mind. Once Hecaton leaves, you'll definitely want to get Fang in here, and you'll want her as a saboteur because she'll be able to land a couple more debuffs that Vanille can't. So again, you know, keep that in mind, and hopefully this works out for you. This is gonna end here, and there it is.
Well, that wasn't scary at all.
So. Yeah, and again, now I like to, I like to keep the Marlboro one equipped there on vanilla. And there you have the platinum ingot. So basically, this process just repeats. Get a bunch of TP, and then that way. So the big thing with that is that by summoning it gets rid of the legs, and lets you. Essentially, that's really the only way you're going to be able to beat them at this point in the game. So, especially if you're here on your first trip. But anyways, that's it. That's going to be it for the guide. I hope it was helpful. And, if you've got anything to add, I'm always curious. Maybe there's something better. So, leave a comment if that's something that you want to do. But anyways, again, hope the guide was helpful. And hope you keep joining me for more videos. All right. Thanks for watching.